What's up guys, it's Tom here and welcome to a brand new Liverpool transfer news video because Liverpool have opened talks to sign Jeremy Frimpong, the Flying Dutchman, who is a right winger slash right wing back, right back, and in Arne slot system he could play a similar role to Trent Alexander-Arnold in that he could, in the classic Jurgen Klopp mode where Trent Alexander-Arnold was bombing up and down the wing, whipping in crosses and trying to shoot and score goals and get assists, and he could overlap Mo Salah in the attacks. So Liverpool have launched, according to these reports, preliminary discussions to sign the Dutch right back Jeremy Frimpong, who, we have to be honest, likes to attack more than to defend, and he's basically playing as a right winger in Bayer Leverkusen's system, but he's still a pretty young player, and I think we still don't know exactly how Arne likes his fullbacks to play, because he hasn't signed any to really mold a fullback into his image. So we don't know exactly what kind of a fullback is the typical Arne Slot fullback. And of course, Trent Alexander-Arnold is heavily linked with Real Madrid. It's not official that he's going there yet, but the noises coming from Madrid indicate that a pre-contract agreement is very close to being done, and that makes signing a right back a priority for Liverpool in the upcoming summer transfer window. So Arne Slot's side are expected to be in the market for a right back, and Bradley is the leading candidate to become Arne Slot's new starting right back. Frimpong would be an absolutely fantastic, excellent signing, and he has a £34 million release clause in his Leverkusen contract, according to this journalist, which is just £40 million. That's an absolute bargain for a player of Frimpong's talents and caliber. This makes him a very attractive option, and is a reason Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal and Man United have all been linked in the past. Frimpong came through the Man City Youth Academy. He hasn't played there any first team minutes, and then he signed for Celtic, and then Bayer Leverkusen signed him from Celtic. And the fact that Liverpool lose Trent Alexander-Arnold for nothing on a free transfer means that Liverpool probably won't break the bank to sign a right back, because we need to sign a left back, we need to sign a centre back, we need to sign a striker, and we need more money on those transfers. Especially the striker signing could cost Liverpool 80 to 100 million pounds. So Frimpong's release clause is very appealing, and I think for 34 million you just make it work in the Arne Slot system. And according to the PA news agency, Frimpong has emerged as an option for Arne Slot, and Frimpong also has a very good relationship with Van Dijk, Gravenberch and Cody Gakpo, so the Dutch contingent could grow even larger next season. And there is likely to be a domino effect following Trent Alexander-Arnold's transfer to Real Madrid, and that will accelerate Liverpool's interest in Frimpong. And Frimpong wants to play in the Premier League, and he's a big fan of Liverpool, and he was seen joking with Ryan Gravenberch, imitating a Liverpool accent, a Scouse accent. That's what Frimpong was imitating, so he's already well versed in the Scouse culture. And Frimpong earned his transfer to Leverkusen after 2 impressive seasons at Celtic, and Neil Lennon said that Frimpong is one of the best kids I've seen. I don't want to big him up too much, but everyone is seeing it with their own eyes. His level of performance is outstanding. He has pace, power and product, and he gets a goal as well. So he has been magnificent since he came to Celtic, and at Bayer Leverkusen he has won the Bundesliga, he has won the German Cup, and he has won both those competitions unbeaten. And of course Scott Brown, who was the Celtic captain at the time, he said that Jeremy Frimpong is incredible, to be honest. He said this in 2019 when Frimpong was just a talent, not a fantastic player like he is a well-established superstar. He's so keen and he has a lot of energy. He runs up and down that line, and his change of direction and speed is so hard to cope with. Against Hibernian, he was up against one of the quickest players in the league, in Martin Boyle, but he turned the turbos on, and the wee man showed how quick he is. he has been great since coming in. He's a lovely lad, down to earth. Seeing someone like him, especially coming from Man City, being so chilled out and so humble, is great to see. How highly do I rate him against other young guys coming through? Where we had Kieran Tierney come through recently before going to Arsenal, and I've got Jeremy Frimpong as well. It's great to see these young ones come through, and Jeremy Frimpong has made a great career at Leverkusen since then, winning major trophies and competing in the Champions League as well. Whoever scouted him from Man City has done a great job. We got a lot of money for Tierney, and we have managed to spend it wisely. We have brought in a couple of left backs while Jeremy has come in on the right, and he has been fantastic. And that's what Scott Brown, his captain at the time, said when Frimpong was still at Celtic. And you could ask Xabi Alonso, he would rave about Jeremy Frimpong. He's one of the most important players of Bayer Leverkusen. And the Football Insider revealed that Liverpool line up a big name player, and that is Jeremy Frimpong. And yes, many Liverpool fans see Conor Bradley as a natural choice to step up in Trent Alexander-Arnold's absence, but Liverpool can't go into the new season with just one right back, especially because Conor Bradley is still young, 21 years old. He's growing, developing. That's why he gets so many injuries. That's normal for young players with a growing body. And Liverpool are planning on delving into the transfer market to bring in competition for Bradley, because he has been unlucky with injuries. And former chief scout Mick Brown said that he doesn't see Frimpong's attacking-minded style fitting in the Premier League, but Liverpool remain convinced. I mean, how can you say that Frimpong doesn't suit the Premier League? Frimpong is exactly the type of player that will flourish in the Premier League, because he has bags of pace, and he's very, very strong as well. Even though he's not a tall player, he's small, but he can turn very quickly, and he can dribble, go past people. He would actually be more dangerous going forward than Trent Alexander-Arnold, as weird as it is. Not in terms of passing and creativity, but in terms of getting past people. It would be like having a right winger at right back who can also defend pretty well, but he will love to attack and go forward at every opportunity. So probably Liverpool would need maybe a more defensive left back. In that case, when Frimpong starts, then Robertson would start on the other side, and when Conor Bradley starts, he's a more defensive right back, then Milos Kerkez could start on the other side, and he could be the more attacking left back. So Liverpool would have bags of options with these two players, and Liverpool will have to fight off Man United for Frimpong's signature, but that won't be difficult because Man United are in complete disarray. Bradley would be, of course, given a fair chance to showcase his talents, but Frimpong with Bradley could fight who becomes number one. And also, their different skill sets could be used against different teams. Because Jeremy Frimpong, when Liverpool can counter-attack, he would be absolutely sensational. And also against the deep blocks where you need players who can beat a man, who can go on the wing and beat players with pace, with dribbling skills, with flair. Jeremy Frimpong would be an ideal player for that, for unlocking these deep blocks that Liverpool face so frequently in the Premier League and in other competitions as well. So it looks like Liverpool identified Frimpong as an ideal replacement after Trent Alexander-Arnold's exit. Trent Alexander-Arnold's departure will see Arne Slot reshape Liverpool's team and especially Liverpool's defense into his image. He looks to build on a soon-to-be, hopefully confirmed, Premier League title in his debut season. And I think Liverpool should give Arne Slot a lot of time, because he would have a lot of credit in the bank if he wins his first Premier League title in his first season. So he is entitled to rebuild Liverpool's team, and hopefully FSG will give him and it will give the scouts and the transfer people enough money so Arne Slot can properly rebuild and strengthen Liverpool's team. And if we sign Frimpong, Kerkez and a young centre-back, and a brilliant striker, somebody like Ishak or Julian Alvarez, I think Liverpool's team would be even stronger next season than it is last season. And yes, we would miss Trent Alexander-Arnold a lot, but Frimpong could get a lot of goals and a lot of assists, maybe even more goals and assists than Trent Alexander-Arnold, but in a different way. So Liverpool would need to change how they play, how they go about the attacks, but that's for Arne Slot to figure out, and that's for the Liverpool players to figure out. I think Frimpong would be a sensational signing. I will be honest, he's one of my favorite players. He is the right back that I would sign. Even though he's very attacking, I know Liverpool could set up their team that we would be defensively solid when Frimpong attacks. And also tactically, Arne Slot could tweak his role and he wouldn't be as attacking minded as he is in Bayer Leverkusen. What do you think about the news that Liverpool are listening to offers for Harvey Elliott? Harvey Elliott is one of my favorite players, but he hasn't found his exact place in this Arne Slot system and he has been mostly on the bench. But I still think that he is an absolutely fantastic player and he is still very young with bags of potential. I think Harvey Elliott is 22 years old now. And he can still unlock deep low block defenses, but it looks like he hasn't convinced Arne Slot that he is the player that Liverpool should keep going forward. It all depends on what kind of offers we get for him. I wouldn't sell him for 40 million, but if 50-60 million offer arrives for Harvey Elliott, maybe I would consider selling him, but only if we can bring in a better replacement, somebody who is as good as Dominic Szoboszlai or McAllister or Gravenberch. That's the standard to improve Liverpool's midfield. But the problem is that Harvey Elliott only got 583 minutes in all competitions, and that's very, very low. You will see in the next graphic, it's much lower than previous seasons. But Melis already reported that Harvey Elliott could be sold if there is a good offer. What is that good offer? What do Liverpool think a good offer is for Harvey Elliott? That's a mystery. But the club have made Alexander-Arnold lucrative contract offers to stay, but they understand the attraction of a new challenge, a fresh lifestyle experience, allure of being a Real Madrid player. Liverpool have protected him, not allowing questions over his future as he has wrestled with what is an emotionally charged decision to make. The club know it would be hypocritical to be annoyed by Trent Alexander-Arnold leaving for Madrid when a good offer would be accepted this summer. For Harvey Elliott, the player who turned the behemoths down because he wanted to call Liverpool and Anfield his home ground. Remember, a lot of big clubs were in for him when he was still at Fulham, and he's still only 21 years old. He still has 2 years left on his contract. But maybe Liverpool want midfielders with more attacking output. Because the one thing that you could argue, Harvey Elliott doesn't get enough goals and assists, but he's still only very young, 21 years old. And he's an absolute diamond, an absolute little magician. I love his playing style, and against certain teams, Harvey Elliott could unlock their defense. But yes, he has only 6 goal contributions. 4 goals and 2 assists, but that's 1 goal or assist every 97 minutes, which is a pretty amazing record for a midfielder. It has to be said. That's probably better than McAllister or Szoboszlai in terms of goals and assists per minute ratio. So I'm not sure what Harvey Elliott needs to do to prove his worth. And here is his minutes, in the 2019-20 season, he was still a very, very young player. And then the season after that, he was on loan at Blackburn. And after that, he had a horrible injury. But the last 2 seasons under Jurgen Klopp, Harvey Elliott played a lot of minutes. Especially last season, he played 2,700 minutes. That's a proper first-team player. So this season, his minutes went down to 587 minutes, which is really dreadful. It's like at the end of the season, it will probably be around 800, 900 minutes. That's 25-30% of the previous seasons on average. So even though Harvey Elliott was linked to Brighton and Borussia Dortmund in January, he said, Liverpool is my club, Liverpool is my team. I want to fight for my place, fight for my position in the team. And his stance will be unlikely to change in the summer. With Liverpool listening to good offers, maybe Liverpool would sell him. But the problem is Liverpool can't sell too many players because we already need a new left back, a new centre back, a new right back, a new striker, maybe a new midfielder in somebody who can replace Gravenberch when he needs a rest. So when you need another attacking midfielder, that's 6 new transfers. I think that's a little bit too many for one transfer window. The fact is, Harvey Elliott cost an absolute bargain, only 4.3 million from Fulham, and he's easily worth nowadays 40-50 million, but I don't think Liverpool would get that amount. And Harvey Elliott's full potential is at least a 50 million pound player, but maybe even higher. So I wouldn't sell him unless somebody bids 50 million for Harvey Elliott, and I just can't see any Premier League club bidding that amount. And the other clubs in Europe don't have that amount lying around. I mean, apart from Barcelona, Real Madrid and Bayern Munich, but they are not going to sign Harvey Elliott probably for 50 million. So yeah, let me know what do you think about the Harvey Elliott situation. I'm being honest, I'm a little bit sad that Liverpool are listening to offers for Harvey Elliott, but that doesn't mean he will be sold. It means that just Liverpool will be opportunistic, and if a really good, really high offer comes in for Harvey Elliott, then he could be sold, and that will be a sad day. Melissa Reddy also said that the Trent Alexander-Arnold situation will have no bearing on Liverpool's contract talks with Salah and Van Dijk, and the optimism from Liverpool is still very strong when it comes to extending the contracts of Salah and Van Dijk. But Melissa Reddy said that Trent Alexander-Arnold's decision to join Real Madrid is not about money. It is a little bit, in terms of he gets a big fat signing on bonus, but it's also about winning the top honors, enhancing his brand, and he dreams of winning the Ballon d'Or. I don't think he will ever win the Ballon d'Or at Real Madrid. And Liverpool made Trent Alexander-Arnold really, really high contract offers. He rejected everything, and of course Liverpool can't make him stay. But loyalty only works when it comes to players. It's an ideal applied to players, but not held to clubs, because Liverpool had no problem trying to prize Zubimendi away from his boyhood club, Real Sociedad. And the Liverpool squad understand Trent Alexander-Arnold's position, and it's not just about football, but sampling a different way of life. Players know that coveting something new doesn't always translate into thinking it's something better. The fact is, Melissa Reddy says, Trent's situation will have no bearing on what happens with Salah and Van Dijk. All contract offers have been drafted on individual merit, data and circumstances, but I'm sure that with Trent's big £180,000 per week wages off the books, Liverpool have more wages to play around with and offer maybe higher wages for Salah and Van Dijk, and hopefully they stay. Liverpool remain confident that both of them will stay. But Trent Alexander-Arnold said it the best. There is a difference to this place, Anfield. People who aren't from Liverpool probably think we are over the top, but that's because we are really passionate about the things we love. We stand united on important issues, we fight for what we believe in with everything we've got. But ultimately, that only goes so far, because Trent Alexander-Arnold decided to go to Real Madrid. At least that's the rumors, that's the paper talk at the moment. Let me know what you think about Frimpong, Harvey Elliott and Trent Alexander-Arnold. Leave your thoughts down below. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a nice day. See you later. Goodbye.